Hey everyone, welcome back to Peaked in 6th Grade. Thank you for tuning in. We got all our hosts today. We got me, we got Angie, and we got Jayton again.
Woo!
Thank you for tuning in, Jayton.
Woo!
Thanks for
Yeah!
coming back.
Thanks for coming
Of
back.
course.
We want to wish all of you a happy early Halloween because we don't have an episode coming out on the week of Halloween, but we want to be spooky for you.
Yeah, we'll be spooky. We'll give you some spooks.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
No,
Is that your biggest fear?
Santa Claus.
I hate it. I hate it at like Michael's where it's like it's Halloween. I'm still shopping for Halloween stuff, and fucking Santa Claus and his big ass is like right there. As soon as I walk into the
Yeah.
Michael's Arts and
Or
Crafts
are you
store,
fat
it's
shaming?
me. No, I'm just calling him a ficky.
Yeah,
Just calling the cake as I see it.
he does have some cake.
Oh God, I think it's people who celebrate Christmas too early. What do you have? What about the other ones? There's two more holidays.
There are two more holidays.
We got the 4th of July and Independence Day.
And Easter also. We forgot Easter.
Yeah.
Memorial Day.
Frank has a neighbor who has a tree up, a Christmas tree already up, and it's like on display in their window.
Yeah, no, that's a little depressing.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I
I feel like Christmas is like the peaked in high school of holidays.
Yeah,
Like
that's
people
fair.
who like Christmas definitely peaked in high school.
What if I like Christmas?
Sorry.
I definitely peaked in 6th grade, if you know what I'm
Ah!
saying.
I think Halloween. Halloween is definitely my favorite holiday.
No.
No.
Wrong. Wrong
No.
answer.
No, wrong
You guys
answer.
vote against Halloween.
First of all,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, go on.
there's just something about it.
Do you have like any bad Halloween experiences?
No, but
You
I
don't?
have a vendetta.
Jayden, do you have any Halloween experiences?
I think I've been to Halloween a few times.
You've been? What's it
Yeah.
like?
It's a little warm, but it's quite spooky.
I feel like because my birthday is the day right before Halloween, happy early birthday to me.
Woo!
Woo! Because my birthday has been like the day before Halloween, every single birthday party I've ever had in my entire fucking life has been Halloween themed. I've not had one, I think I've had like two not Halloween themed birthday parties. But like when I was a kid, my mom would always be like, it's gonna be a dress up party. You and
Yeah.
all your little friends, you're gonna dress up in your cute little Halloween costumes. And we're just gonna figure it out. And I'm like, okay, every year.
Yeah, that could get old.
What I hated like about the most about like having your birthday party, like when you were like in elementary school, is you had to invite the entire fucking class. You had no choice. You had to invite everyone in the class, or you could not invite anybody like publicly.
Yeah.
Did you guys have like? I'd hand out like a birthday note to like one of my friends. I was just be like, "Do you have one for everybody? It's rude to only invite them."
Yeah, and then it's a little humiliating when you invite the entire class and then two people show up.
Did that actually happen to you?
Maybe.
I've had all my birthday parties have had like pretty good attendance rates, I think.
Oh, good for you. Wow. Yeah. No,
Remember that
rub
one
it in.
birthday party, Katie?
With the 18th one?
Yeah, the 18th one, where
Oh.
where LeVar read the
Oh,
the
that was
Bible.
19. LeVar read the
Oh, my bad.
Bible. God, I hate birthday parties. I think every birthday party I've ever had has led in a disaster.
Yeah, no, I
That
don't really
birthday-
see the point.
Like, we get it. You were born. Good fucking job, I guess. Your mom did all the work, not you.
Yeah, it's
Whoa,
not
whoa,
like
whoa.
anyone like wanted to be born.
It's
It's
not like
not-
anybody wanted you.
Yeah, it's like everyone was an accident anyway.
Because it's not even like just
Everyone.
my birthday parties, but it's like every single one. Like, I don't like throwing them because like it gives me anxiety that like no one's gonna show up or something's gonna go wrong. Like my 18th birthday party, the one I thought you were talking about, is the one where I tried to like invite like a bunch of people because it was my 18th birthday party, so like I thought it'd be like a big deal, but it wasn't. My stepmom and my friend tried to help plan it, but then they took full control over it, and my ex stepmom, yeah, my ex stepmom, she was like, you need to have a DJ at your party. And I'm like, I don't want a DJ at my party. She's like, well, if you don't have a DJ, all your friends are going to be bored and hate you for making them go to this boring birthday party. And I'm
Jesus.
like, no, I don't think my friends are like that. She's like, all your friends are going to be bored because of you. Don't even have the party if you're not going to have a DJ at your party.
DJ.
And the friend who was helping was the party, and she's like, you know, she's right, Katie. You really should have a DJ.
What is this, a
I'm like,
2000 teens
I don't
movie?
want a DJ. The DJ is gonna be playing Party Rock Anthem on repeat the entire fucking night.
I think the last time I had a birthday party was when I turned, like, 11.
Was it your parents' divorce that made you stop having them?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Oh. But hold on, it was my 18th one. Like, I ended up not I had the party, but not at my dad's house anymore, because my stepmother and I got into a screaming fight where it almost got, like, really physical. Like, my dad had to stand right in between us, or else we were gonna start punching the shit out of each other.
That sounds like it would be a good party.
just watching me and my ex-stepmother get into a fucking brawl.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for domestic violence right before party time. It's everybody's favorite pregame.
That could really get everyone going.
That was my last birthday party, and now I never want to have one again. It was terrible. I hate planning birthday parties.
Yeah. I have an idea.
Yeah.
We should plan Catie a birthday party.
Please don't plan me a birthday party.
Like no, I think we should. We will.
I think we could plan you a good party.
Yeah,
Neither of you live near me.
Well, exactly. We'll plan it in Minnesota.
You know, you've been around.
We'll plan the party in Minnesota, and we'll fly a bunch of people out.
We'll figure it out during COVID.
Not.
Yeah.
No, we'll just like rent a bus.
Yes.
Like a party bus?
Like an Asian tour bus, yeah.
No, it'll just be like a random city bus in Vegas. Not even a party bus.
We just steal a school bus. We don't even rent it.
Yeah.
Just steal one?
Yeah.
That's the life of the party.
And we'll just drive it around Vegas, running through all the stoplights.
It'll be a normal driving day.
And then the cops are gonna come and be like, "It's my birthday, Officer Killjoy. It's my birthday party." Like,
this is why everybody hates cops right now. You won't let us party.
And then you'll get shot.
No, I'm white, don't worry. I'll be fine. Okay, this is the last thing I want to say about birthday parties. I feel like I'm talking too much about them. But, like, you know how, like, when you're forced to go to a birthday party, essentially, and you have to, like, buy the birthday boy / girl a gift?
Yeah.
Like, you have to, like, spend, like, $20 on them just for, you don't
God
like
forbid.
them? I don't like them.
Why would you go to the party if you don't like them?
It's because, like, you're kind of, like, forced to. It's like your entire class is going, and then you're the asshole if you're the one person who doesn't show up.
Oh,
yeah.
You're talking about, like early birthday.
Like, yeah, no, I'm still talking about early birthday parties, for sure.
No, I think I just would have stayed home.
I would usually just get a card, and I would write happy birthday in my 5th grade handwriting.
Get fucked. In the
Alright, so guys, on twitter.com, I asked you guys to send in some questions for us, so we're going to answer a few of them right now. We were going to do it last week, but we don't want to answer any of the ones without Jayton, so these are we're a little behind on these questions. Alright, you guys ready?
No. No, I gotta go, actually.
No, we're answering questions.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, Spooky Bee asks if we have a good story about losing our teeth.
Yeah.
Care to share with the class? Oh, go on.
I think I sure could. When I was like 6 or 7, I was wrestling with like 3 of my step siblings, and we had just gotten this house, so it was just a big room with an air mattress in the center, and one of them like either threw me or landed on me, and all of a sudden I was like, wait, guys, times. There's something in my mouth, and there was a whole ass tooth just got knocked the fuck out by one of the goons. I have no idea, but that's the first tooth, the first tooth I ever lost.
Wow.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
I think the first tooth. This might have been my second tooth that I ever lost, but like, you know, there's this Vine about this, but like, where you kind of have a friend group of people, and there's this one person who will just, like, you bet them to just eat random shit. Just, like, put random shit in their mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Well, back in the day,
I was that kid.
And this was when I lived in Oregon, so I was, like, 7 or 8, and I was on the playground with my friends, and it was actually right after Halloween, so there was a bunch of candy, like, just on the bottom of the playground. And there was this piece of Laffy. It might have been a couple days after Halloween, so it was a little stale. And there's this piece of Laffy Taffy, and my friends were like, "Hey, I bet you won't eat that Laffy Taffy." And I was like, "Oh, I will." So I tried to bite into the Laffy Taffy, and a tooth fell out of my mouth, and I was bleeding. And I was at the playground, and I had a scooter. I brought a scooter with me, so I scootered home, and I was like, "Mom, I lost a tooth." So that was fun.
I genuinely don't remember the first tooth that I lost. I know I lost 2 at the exact same time. So for my mom, this was really fucking inconvenient because of the tooth fairy thing. So I lost 2 teeth, and it was late at night when I lost them. So she's like, all right, put them under your pillow, I guess, tooth fairy. And I did. And she's like, all right, time to give her like $2. But all she had in her purse was a $20 bill. And so she didn't want to go to the bank like that late at night. So she just gave me a 20. And so I expected $10 for every tooth that I lost from then on, which was just not a good financial opportunity.
No, yeah, really not.
She really set herself up to fail.
So for a while, I'm like, you know what? This is a good business. I should just start pulling out all my teeth.
Uh-oh.
So my friend Trinity, who lives like right next door to me, I'm like, I got $20 from this. Like, can you pull out some of my teeth? So we tried to put floss around one of my teeth, just tie it to a door handle, and just slam that shit. It didn't work because these weren't loose teeth. I just really wanted the money.
Wow.
And what I think is so funny is I actually have 1 baby tooth left in my mouth. It is a permanent baby tooth. It's not going away anywhere. But if I ever fucking lose it, I am putting it under my pillow. And if my mom doesn't give me $10, I'm gonna be real mad.
Yeah, you have to disown your mother.
Like, I don't care if I've moved out. I want my damn money, bitch.
I'm gonna like be moved out, living in like Washington or wherever I'm gonna move to in the future. If my mom doesn't show up to my house, put a 10 under my pillow, and then dip, that's not my mom.
I never had money from the tooth fairy because my parents are foreign, and I don't think that exists in Bulgaria, so...
I don't believe in teeth.
Never had any money for my teeth, which is okay. That's fine, really. It's okay. Like, I don't hold any grudges. I really don't. It's fine. Like, I don't care or anything. It's all good. I don't care. No, it's fine.
Count how many teeth you lost. Text your mom, like, hey, $5 times whatever this is.
When I was younger, I hadn't lost that many teeth because I guess my development was a little slow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like, when I turned 14, I still had 9 baby teeth in my mouth, and I had to get them all pulled out at the same time. So I had to go under surgery, and then I had 4 teeth in my mouth. Maybe not 4 teeth, but I had a very small amount of teeth in my mouth, and I had just entered high school.
Oh,
so that was an experience for sure.
Did they call you toothless?
Maybe. I don't know. I was trying very hard to ignore. Also, I don't exactly have that much memory from what happened.
All right. So, Spirit Bonks asked what our first impressions of each other were. So we've gone over Angelina and I's first impression just being goo goo gaga because we were 6 months old.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And we talked about how Jayton's first impression of Angelina, but we never went over Angelina's first impression of Jayton.
Yeah.
I keep calling you Angelina. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. Just don't do it again or else.
Sorry.
I actually have to think about it because I don't really know if I had one.
Okay. So, we'll skip that. Okay.
He was just like, this dude.
I didn't perceive him. To me, he was almost a cartoon character. And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Oh, no, I get it.
Like, it reminded me of, like, being on a sitcom.
And he's just little, Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. I don't really know how to explain
like Peter Griffin?
Exactly like Peter Griffin. No, I just thought it was funny.
I feel like...
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say that I feel like I've been described as that before. Like,
Peter Griffin.
just as like a sitcom. Fuck you. Like a sitcom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
You're just a character.
Exactly, but no, in like the best way possible.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll take the thing.
Yeah.
You're the main character.
Exactly, though. Like a sitcom, but the main character who everyone finds really funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone likes him. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
We're being really positive and nice.
Like the only entertainment of the sitcom.
So I'm the comedic relief.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I feel I am. I'm never the main character, like, in anyone's life. I'm just the comic relief character who's just off to the side, doing whatever.
I feel like you're a main character in my life, Catie.
Really?
Yeah, you are,
Yeah.
definitely.
Aww. So, Jayton and I, we've discussed our first impression of each other and how he's just said that my face was really interesting to him. And we already talked about that on the podcast, but we never talked about the first day of friendship that Jayton and I shared. It was a really special September 23rd, 2016 in our lives.
Very special.
So, Jayton and I, we were kind of friends. Like, we hung out in the same, like, classroom for lunch every day. But we never, like, talked, like, outside of that. So, but we had each other, like, on Snapchat. We just didn't really talk. And he was just like, hey, me and a couple of my friends, we're going to go drive to pick up my sister from her school. It's kind of far away. Do you want to come with us? And then I was just a 15-year-old girl who had no friends. So I was just like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do whatever. I'm bored. So I meet up with him and his friends. And then we go to his sister's, pick her up. And then after that, we go to Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Are we familiar with the establishment?
Yes, ma'am.
So we get to Five Guys. It's me, Jayton, two of his friends, and his little sister. And I didn't really want anything, so I just got myself a drink because I didn't have any money, and Five Guys is really fucking pricey. So I'm sitting next to Jayton, and our cups are, like, really close to each other. So Jayton, he accidentally grabs my drink, and he takes a sip out of it. And then he puts it down, and I stared at him like he committed a hate crime in front of me.
Uh-oh.
It was just a violent act of terrorism.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, it's fine. And then his friend LeVar, he's just like, what you gonna do? Grab a new straw? And I just look at him, and I'm like, I get up, no words are spoken. I just get up, grab a new straw, grab the one from the drink that Jayton drank out of, just threw it in the fucking trash, then just put my new straw on and took a sip.
Wow.
And I think it hurt. I think that really hurt Jayton, like, a lot.
I was just like, damn, this woman thinks I'm dirty. That's not right. What did I do?
Like, and everyone else was like, oh. And, we were leaving. Jayden's like, nope, find your own way home.
Wow. But look at you guys now. Look at how far you've made it since then.
Now we're doing a podcast together. What was funny is actually the next year we were still, like, really good friends. We went back to Five Guys on the 23rd, just recreated the whole incident. It's just a fun little thing. I don't remember, like, anything, like, after that. Like, I think we just became, like, that was, like, our first day of, like, actually, like, hanging out and being friends and stuff. And our friendship just kind of, like, slowly grew from there. But I think that was, like, it hurted a little bit, that straw thing. But it's the memory. It's the memory that makes it.
Very true.
All right, let's do one more question and then let's get into Mad Libs.
Okay.
This one was also asked by Spookbee. She's asking what our most embarrassing moments from elementary school were.
Well, I don't even know if this was elementary school. It probably was, but I actually know it was because I lived in Oregon at the time, so I was maybe 6 or 7, and I had a friend who had a beetle, a pet beetle.
Which one?
The friend or the beetle?
Which beetle?
Which beetle?
Was it Ringo?
No. Yeah.
Okay,
Ringo Starr from the Beatles. Anyway, it was a dung beetle.
Okay.
And in my 6-year-old mind, and my friend's 6-year-old mind, after she had got the beetle, she thought that the beetle's food was poop.
Oh.
So, she also had a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Are you following?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So, when her parents would clean up the cat's litter box, she would take the poop.
The poop.
And feed it to the beetle. And, eventually, her cat died.
Yeah.
So, she was like, well, how am I gonna feed the beetle? And I came over to her house after her cat died, because, you know, we were friends and we were hanging out, and I was like, oh no, your cat died, how sad. And she was like, want to help me feed my beetle?
Oh, no.
And so, she had asked me how to force yourself to poop, and so we had a conversation talking about, right, and then I was like, actually, I have to poop. So I pooped in her Beatles, cage, and her parents found out. And they confronted me about it, and they were like, that's not what a dung beetle means. That's not what it means. And they told my parents. And
did the beetle keep eating it though?
I don't know.
It had to work.
I don't know.
So hard.
I really don't know.
I don't think we'll ever have closure on this one.
Probably not. And they told my parents.
Eating it consistently. What's the problem?
That's a good point.
You made it that far.
Yeah. And so, like, my parents had a talk with me, and they were like, are you fucking stupid or something? And I was like, I guess so. So that's gotta be up there with some embarrassing memories from when I was in elementary school.
I think that's worse than anything I could ever think of.
Yeah, probably.
I've got one. But
Okay.
What is it? Yeah, I feel like it pales.
Yeah, it can't top that, right?
You should have gone last. Podcast is over. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See ya.
End it there. So, like in the 3rd grade, you know how when you do.
Is this that Macklemore song?
Anyways, you know how when your parents do laundry, it just kind of shows up on a bed in a big old pile, right?
Yeah.
So one day, before school, I was like, all right, got to get my clothes. So I just grabbed some clothes from off the pile and I put them on. And I went and I got in my dad's truck and we drove all the way to school. And I got to school and I was walking around with a few of my friends, all nonchalant, and just making some conversation. And all of a sudden, I feel a little thing on my leg, and I look down and something falls out. I'm like, oh shit, what the? I ain't turning around for that. So, cause I was like, what would be on the inside of my leg? Like a fucking hairball? I don't know. So I just kept walking. Then we turned back around after we got to the end of the area. And I was like, oh, that was a whole pair of underwear. So, in my head, I was like terrified of retrieving them because I was like, I don't want him to think my underwear fell off. Even though my pants stayed on the whole time. I was like, this would be weird. So I just walked on by and I had to report to my dad. I was like, yeah, so today a pair of underwear fell out of my pants. And he was like, were they in your backpack? And I was like, no, what would I look like grabbing a pair of underwear off the floor? And he was like, okay, all right. But I can remember the feeling of terror. I was like, oh fuck, somebody saw.
Oh fuck, I shit
somebody
my pants.
saw. Yeah, I shit out underwear. I was scared.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I hate that.
Actually, that like reminds me of a story of kind of an embarrassing story. This isn't an elementary school story. It's actually a high school story.
Yeah, no, that's not the question.
I'll allow
No, I'm
it.
kidding. I don't have anything. Go on. Let me think. Go on.
Okay, right. So I had kind of stopped going. I was going to a regular high school, and then at some point I stopped going and I started doing online school, as we all know. But I would go to my old high school occasionally for lunch to see one of my best friends because she still went to that school. And one day I had actually gone after her, school was over, and I was getting on the bus with her, and I was walking on campus at the end of the day, and then I got onto the bus with my friend and I sat down, and everyone was getting onto the bus, and then the last people were on, and some kid comes up to me and he goes, hey, you have a giant hole in the back of your pants. And I was like, good joke. Good one. Yeah, good. Funny. Haha, you got me. Because I really genuinely thought he was joking. I was like, this could not be real. Like, this isn't serious. This isn't happening. And he was like, no, actually, I'm just telling you this because, I want you to know, there's a huge hole in your ass. In your ass.
In your ass.
That's where it's supposed to be.
And, there was. And it was really large. It was you could see just the whole cheek. The whole right cheek.
The whole of the cheek, which one?
Just the cheek. Right. And I was walking around campus for an hour waiting for my friend to get out of class with just a hole in my pants. And you could see an entire cheek. And so, because I felt in my butt, and I was like, oh no, this is horrible. Probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Because I had already embarrassed myself enough by dropping out of high school. So after I left the bus, I had to tie my jacket around my pants when I was walking to my friend's house, and that still haunts me a little bit.
So when I was in the I can't remember if I told this or not. When I was in the 4th grade, we were doing Grease as like our school's musical, and I was one of the tallest kids in my class. So how like they lined us up on like these bleachers on the stage is like the tallest was on top. So I'm on the very top of this like big bleacher. It goes already really high up. So we're singing Grease, doing a little bit of Grease action, and then little old me, I just decide to just black out, and then I fall off from the very top bleacher straight to the ground, and then I start having like a seizure, like a full-on seizure. And then like I wake up, I'm really confused and scared because that's never happened to me before. And then when I get up, everyone starts making fun of me for having a seizure.
When was this, 4th grade?
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. The exact same thing happened the next day. We were practicing Grease again, and then there I go, on cue.
Taking a tumble.
Another seizure.
I
and kids
remember
make
you
fun of
telling
me
me
again. They're like, it's not like, they're like, we get it.
Oh my God.
And at the very end of the 4th grade, we like our teacher wanted us to create a cute little memories book, like the fun things that happened to us. And my brother Aaron decides, and you gotta draw a little picture too. Decides to tell the story of the funny time his sister had 2 seizures, and he drew a picture of me sprawled out on the ground going.
Oh my God. Top 10 funny seizure moments.
Top 10 funny seizure. I could actually give you like 5 top 10 seizure moments. Number 1, UPS store.
Uh-oh. I actually fell down the bleachers once, but I didn't have a seizure. I just tripped.
Drugs will do it to you.
Yeah.
I remember when Catie first told me that story. Like, we had met somebody a few either weeks or months after, and it came up that they had gone to the same middle school, and she said her name, and the kid was like, "You were the girl that fell off the bleachers."
Yeah,
she was remembered for that.
I remember we were working together. He's like, "You seem a little bit familiar," and I'm like,
"Yeah."
Oh, and he's like, "That's it. You were the girl that had a seizure." And I'm like, "Oh, that's my legacy."
Wow.
Another thing that happened like in elementary school, I feel like it happened too commonly for it to be like an embarrassing thing. But did you guys ever just like piss yourself?
No.
Not after like the 1st grade.
Yeah, no.
My story was in the 1st grade, so I feel more justified. I asked my teacher if I go to the bathroom. She's like, "No, it's learning time." So I just kind of pissed myself.
Just to show her who's boss.
Hey, fuck you. I'm right there in your seat. Clean it up.
Back when life was a breeze and you still had nap time, I brought a pack of fruit snacks to my cot to sleep on, and they saw me like fucking with the little bag, and I remember my teacher over my shoulder going, "Hey, no food in the cot," and I was like, "I'm sorry." Felt like it was a warden over my shoulder.
Like you were in the army.
Yeah, my bunk was not to code. It had gummies.
Uh-oh, gummies in the army. That's not good. That's not allowed.
Step 1 of military. No fruit snacks. No
fruit snacks on the army base, please.
I wouldn't last.
No, me neither.
For that rule alone.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Alright, so on this podcast, I feel like all we do is we only tell stories, and we really need to like start like doing like fun little games with each other, fun little segments on this fun podcast that we all do together as like as a group.
Yeah.
So my idea is that I want to do some fun little Mad Libs with you guys. I think that'd be fun.
Ooh.
So this Mad Lib that I found for you guys is how to date the coolest guy or girl in school.
Ooh.
Oh God. Chad dating guide. I'm ready.
Alright. Alright, we're gonna start with Angie. Angie, give me a plural noun.
Bananas.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Jayton, give me an adverb. Are you thinking of what an adverb is?
I think it's like walking.
Quickly.
Is an adverb.
Right? Isn't quickly an adverb? Or like scarily.
I can't remember if it's a word that describes motion or like.
I think it's the things that end in ly.
Yeah.
Things that end in ly are adverbs.
Quickly. We'll go with that one.
Angie, give me a verb.
Come.
Isn't it like coming? Isn't that a verb version of come? Or is it just come?
No, just come.
I think they're both
Just
verbs.
They're both verbs.
Okay. We're just gonna do
It's one of those
come.
words that have numbers in the definition.
Yeah, we'll do come.
Jayton, give me an article of clothing.
Left sock.
Specific.
Angie, give me a body part.
Cock.
Good one. Angie, Jayton, give me an adjective.
Hard.
That's a good one. I wonder how that's gonna play in. Angie, give me a noun.
Baseball bat.
Is that a noun?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I feel like we're on like Family Guy. No, not Family Feud. That's good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
Jayton, give me a plural noun.
Boats.
Why was that so funny?
Angie, give me another body part.
Weenus.
That's a good one. Jayton, give me a plural noun.
Weenuses.
Wow.
Is
Creative.
Would it be weenie? Is the plural weenus?
Weenie. Stop. Let's go pumpkins.
Pumpkins? Alright, Angie, give me another body part.
Big toe. Big toe.
It's your
Jayton, give me a noun.
house.
Angie, give me a noun.
Okay. We'll go broomstick.
Alright, Jayton, give me a verb ending in ing.
Thinking.
Angie, give me an adjective.
Sticky.
Jayton, give me an adjective.
Wet.
Yes.
Angie, give me a verb.
Shitting.
Alright, kids. We now let's give some relationship advice to our podcast.
Okay, I've never been more excited.
We've never given relationship advice, and I think we're gonna give some really good ones.
Yeah, no, this will be good.
How to date the coolest guy/girl in middle school.
What about non-binary person?
How to date the coolest person in school. It's simple. Turn the bananas. Make him or her. Make them want to quickly date you. Make sure you're always dressed to come. Dick out every day. Each and every day, wear a left sock that shows off your cock. That shows off your cock to hard advantage to make your baseball bat look like a million boats. That makes sense. Even if the two of you make meaningful weenus contact, don't admit it. No hugs or pumpkins. Just shake his or her big toe firmly.
Yeah.
And remember, even when they ask you out, even though a chill may run down your house, and you can't stop your broomstick from thinking, just play it sticky. Take a long pause before answering in a very wet voice. I'll have to sitting it over. I think that was really good relationship advice for all of our young fans out there.
Yeah, no, that was
like,
good.
in middle school, and they're thinking of how to ask out a boy or girl.
Make sure to, first of all, dress to come.
That's important.
Big
Cock out.
left sock only.
Show off your cock.
Show off your cock.
Left sock on your cock.
And
Cut a hole in it so that you can always be ready to come.
and make sure to shake their big toe.
I think that's like an iCarly bit.
Yeah.
Just shaking their big toe because of Dan Schneider's big foot fetish.
Yeah.
So about a month ago, I think I might have mentioned this on the podcast. I really can't remember if I have or not because I don't remember anything anymore. But like
Same.
it was about 2 months ago. I blacked out in my bathroom on the topic of me passing out in random places. I passed out in my bathroom, and when I woke up, I had like a big scab on my knee because I guess I like scraped my knee like on the sink or drawers while I was falling down.
Happens
Yeah,
to all of us.
I remember I was laid on the bathroom floor for like 2 hours until like 4 o'clock in the morning because I could not stand up because my knee was so fucked. And Angelina's just waking up from Florida, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm awake on the floor, and you're the only person who's awake right now." I'm like, "Oh, damn, that sucks."
Yeah.
But,
I was like, yeah, that's tough.
But like, I thought it would be gone by now, but now it's just a big scar on my knee, and I hate it. I like in the olden days, and like in like war and battle movies, like all these people have like scars like across their face. So like I was in a big war, and I have this scar on my face to remember the war by. But for me, it's like I used to work at a Dunkin' Donuts, and 2 days in a row, I put a burning hot tray on my arm because I forgot that trays are hot when they come out of the oven. So now I have 2 scars on both arms, and I don't like. That's not cool. It's not a cool scar story. I burned myself making croissants.
Who knew Dunkin' Donuts had a learning curve?
It does.
I have a scar on my knee because when I was 11, I was chasing my dog around the house with scissors because I wanted to give him a haircut.
Oh,
I
no.
wanted to give him a haircut, but I didn't want to take him to the groomer because I was lazy. Right,
Groomers
okay.
are not good.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I was chasing him around the house with a pair of scissors, as you do, and he jumped on the couch, so I jumped on the couch after him, but the scissors decided to stab me in the knee, through the tissue in my knee, and, I was bleeding a lot, and I was 11, and I was home alone, also.
You were 11 doing this?
Yeah, maybe
I
12.
was imagining a younger Angie running around trying to chase her dog with
I was
scissors.
hoping like 6.
Yeah, you said
No.
you were 11.
No, yeah,
Kinda,
11.
Change the entire tone of the story.
Well, maybe for the sake of my sanity, we'll say 7, or maybe
Okay.
we'll say 7.
Yeah.
And I was bleeding out of my knee, and my first idea was to grab a sponge to soak up all the bleeding. Bad idea.
Yeah, that's how they work.
I never told my mom until she got home, because I was home alone for like an hour, and I was kind of just chilling, even though it went like through the tissue in my knee, like I maybe was seeing my bone. Right, and then my mom came home, and I was like, hey Mom, I think I have to go to the ER. And she was like, huh? Anyway, so I go to the ER, and they're like, it's gonna be a 4-hour wait, but you definitely need like stitches. And I was like, nah, I think I'm okay. And then I went home.
I'm built different.
Nah, I'm built different. So I went home, and I never got stitches, and now I have a big scar on my knee from accidentally stabbing myself with a pair of scissors.
I stabbed myself with a knife.
Oh.
On accident.
Yeah.
I was 1 years old, and like my mom had spent like every day with me. So this is like the one day she decided to go out and treat herself, go get like a manicure or whatever. So she left my dad in charge of watching me, which was her first mistake. My dad listens to the podcast. Hey Dad. Good job.
Dad.
I have a scar on my eye. So my dad, he was watching me, and then he fell asleep watching football. So little old me got up to some shenanigans. I found a knife on the table, and I'm like, I wonder what this does. And then I just stabbed myself in, like, my eye socket. Not, like, my eye, but, like, the socket of my eyeball I just stabbed into.
Oh.
Because what else am I supposed to do with a knife?
Yeah, also you're 1, so you don't know these things.
So I'm just bleeding from my eye. My dad is still asleep. I guess I didn't yell loud enough to wake him up. I guess I wasn't in pain. I just stabbed myself. And so my mom comes home, like, 30 minutes later, I guess. And I'm like, hi, Mom! And I have blood dripping down my eye, like, down my face, on my clothing. And she starts screaming, but I was like, what? What's going on? And she's like, Catie stabbed herself in the eye. And I was like, oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
And I still have that little scar on my eye. It's so stupid. I stabbed myself. I don't know if it was a knife or not. I think it had to be. Just to cause a scar still, it had to be, like, a knife or something like that. Or, like, scissors.
Yeah, 1-year-olds are so fucking dumb, huh?
So are 12-year-olds, apparently.
Like you were 11, yeah.
No, we established I was 7, or maybe 4. You know, you never know, really.
I think you don't remember much of your life, and it all combines into 1 year.
Yeah, I could have been whatever age. I could have been 19. Who knows?
Could have been yesterday.
Could have been yesterday.
Knows?
I could have been 20. Really.
Who knows? Jayton, you got scars? Emotional or physical?
I got a lot of scars. Yeah, I got scars. Man, I got a lot of fucking scars.
I only have 4.
I have like.
See, but are your scars
Really?
from
You count
accidentally
your scars?
burning yourself on on hot pans or stabbing yourself with scissors?
That's where 2 of them came from. Yeah.
Well, I have scars from like falling down a lot. I have scars from like
Just
hitting
falling.
things.
You just
Yeah.
getting the whole
When I was
collection.
chunky, yeah, I was like terrible at balance. And
So-
it's
so-
really
so
funny
just
to me,
like-
because now I'm just like, ooh.
A little gust of wind, and you just fall over.
Yeah, I'd just be on the floor. They'd be like, "Oh, Jay fell down," and I'd be like,
Jay took a tumble.
Yeah, like my shins. I can remember one time in middle school we were playing we're playing infection with like 70 people.
What's
That sounds
infection?
it was effectively tag, but it was our own
Okay.
little spin on tag.
Kind of like
and
COVID.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. There's definitely some similarities there.
Wow.
So I was, running, and there was this little almost wash area, and there was a little concrete runoff part of it, and it was a little wet outside, and I just slipped on it, and had a big old gash down my leg, and I was like, well, I can't go to the nurse, so I just went to the bathroom and tied some paper towels around it. Well, actually, at first I didn't even do that. I just like dabbed it until there was no blood on it, and then I went to class, and the teacher was like, Jayton, you have blood on sock. You need to go to
You're
the
Russian
office.
teachers again.
No,
All the
they're
teachers are
Turkish.
Russian.
They're Turkish.
Oh, right, Turkish, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
And like, Jayton, it's not good. And I was like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna give me a fucking ice pack for my open wound. I don't need that. So I just went to the bathroom and tied like paper towels around my leg. And then I
Innovative.
came back to class, and the teacher was like, okay, we continue teach. And then we continue teach.
Continue teach. This is like a quick little story I just want to like mention. When my mom and my grandmother, they went out to do whatever moms and grandmothers do together, and my dad was left in charge of me again. This was after I stabbed myself in the eye, so that's on my mom for letting him watch me again. So he fell asleep again, watching football, as you do. And little quirky me, decides to take off all my clothes in like the middle of the house, and then just get a jar of Skippy peanut butter and then rub it all over myself. So I put an entire jar of peanut butter on my
I've seen
naked
this
child.
before.
Wait a minute, are you sure this was you?
Yes. And then I ran down the street.
What?
I opened up the door.
I'm
I was
sorry.
like 2 now.
I'm sorry.
I opened up the door and I ran down the road. And Did you have a question? I'm not done, but do you have a question?
No, go on.
Several, but continue. Yeah.
So little me running down the street, no clothes on, covered in peanut butter. My mom and my
Lord.
grandmother, they're getting back from whatever they were doing. My mom's like, "Oh, is that a kid in the middle of the street?" And they stop. I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's my kid."
That's a peanut butter baby.
And then she gets home and she's like, "Roger, what the hell?" And he's like, "Did I do that?"
What are you gonna do
And then
about
the laugh
it?
track rolled. Classic Roger.
Uh-oh.
Not paying attention while watching me.
That moment, that funny awkward moment when your baby run down street covered in peanut butter and
I kind of had an eventful childhood where no one watched me.
yeah.
On your own, you had an eventful childhood.
This is why you're the main character.
This is why I'm the main character. That's kind of like a sitcom episode plot where the
Yeah.
baby covered themselves in peanut butter then get ran over.
Yeah.
I thought a lot.
They
That
killed
happened.
Katie.
I was almost dead several times. I once had like a bookcase just fall on me under my dad's care. He didn't find
Wow.
me.
I
My
almost
sister just
drowned.
broke her leg because a fountain fell on her.
A fountain?
Michelle called me and
fountain?
she was like, yeah, a whole fountain. Michelle called me and she was like, we're at the hospital. And I was like, what the fuck you doing there? Go home. She's like, no, Sophia might have broken her leg. I was like, what's she doing? She said she was walking around the edge of a fountain and then the whole thing collapsed on her. I
my
was like,
God.
"What?" So I called her and I was like, hey, what were you doing? She's like, I was just walking.
How old was
Like,
she?
oh, is that it?
How old was she?
This was like a week ago. This was like
Wow.
Love her. Bless.
Speaking of broken bones,
Great.
I've never broken a bone.
Me
Have
neither.
you?
I've broken several bones.
We've actually had. That was actually one of the questions someone
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
us.
yeah,
They asked
that.
if we've ever broken a bone.
Well, I'll go.
Mhm.
I think am I the only person that's broken a bone?
Yeah.
I've sprained someone else's wrist.
I broke someone's wrist, so.
Wow. I've broken my ankle and my wrist and my finger and my elbow.
But
Dude.
why? Like, why would you do that? Why would you break a bone?
Someone's not drinking enough milk.
Uh-oh.
Somebody said bet, and I had to. No. Well, I broke my wrist in football, and then I broke my ankle in football, and then I broke my
That's
finger
sports.
playing baseball.
It's always a sports.
And then
Yeah.
no, not my elbow.
Oh.
My elbow. I was over at my friend's house, and his little sister. He had a bunch of siblings, and his little sister. They had this wagon for her, and the sides of it you could take them off, and they all like fit together into little sections. And this man, he was like, "Hey Jay, you want to see if we can ride that down the hill?" And I was like, "You know what? That sounds like a great idea. Hell yeah!" So we were taking turns going down this little cul-de-sac hill in his neighborhood, just for like half an hour, going back and forth, and nothing went wrong. And then he was like, "Jay, let's get in together." And I was like, "All right, easily. Let's do a little tandem activity." And he got in behind me, and all of a sudden I was in charge of steering, and we were coming up on his mom's big transit van, and I tried to turn the not wheel, but like the handle a little bit to make us
Right.
not hit it, and the whole wagon flipped over, and I landed like face down on the ground, and he landed on my elbow, and we just like
Oof.
slid
Uh-oh.
along the road for a few feet. And we went inside and like washed up and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right. I just got a little road rash. I'll be good." And I was like that for a few days, but then on the second day, God no, God said, "Let there be light." No, on the second day, my elbow had gone from like a normal bruise to like a darker purple, and then on the third day, it was just black. And before
Uh-oh.
school, my mom was like, "No, we're going to the doctor." And I was like, "Okay, I guess." And we went, and he was like, "Yeah, you fractured it. Actually, pretty bad. It's right on the growth plate." And so I had to get a whole cast. And this is just another little separate story from that. Uh, kind of a continuation. I was sitting in math class with this cast, and I just went to rest my arm on the desk to, because the teacher was teaching, and I
Right.
forgot that I had a cast on. It was one of the first days, and so when I put my arm down on the desk, I didn't think about how hard it was going to be or with how much force was going to come down with it. So the left side uh, brackets, my bad, the left side brackets under the table that I was sitting at weren't screwed on, and all of a sudden this whole fucking desk, there's just a loud ass slam, and the whole desk just swings up, smacks me in the side of the face, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And the teacher looks at me, he's like, what the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry." But that was a broken bone story.
Have you ever thought about just, like, not breaking a bone? Like, I feel like
Yeah.
anyone who has just broken a bone, like, if you just decide, like, hey, I probably shouldn't break any bones, then you should be fine.
I was always
Yeah.
jealous of those who like came like cast with school because they were like everyone was like, "Oh my god, what happened? Let me sign your cast." And I was like, "Damn, I wish that were me, but not enough to break my bones."
Yeah. There was actually a
Whenever-
girl in my second grade class who pretended to have a broken arm. And actually, no one liked her in the first place, so no one, like, everyone refused to sign her cast.
That's understandable.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Alright, well, actually, no, we gotta go, guys. So, be sure to watch all the other episodes if you haven't already. Follow our Twitter at PeakedIn6th. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. And we have merch. We have some stickers on Redbubble, and make sure to check that out on our Twitter, again, at PeakedIn6th. And,
We also have a gaming channel now. We put our first video up there. I think we have a second one coming soon. So follow that for the gamers.
the gamers, hell yeah.
All right, bye everyone. See you next
Bye-bye.
time.